Tonight's story follows James, a night shift security guard who takes on a new job at an abandoned hospital. What starts as a quiet evening quickly turns into something far more sinister. Sit back and listen closely. You may not sleep the same way again. James pulled into the empty parking lot of Hollow Creek Hospital just before midnight. His car headlights cut through the thick fog that clung to the broken pavement. The building loomed ahead, 4 stories of crumbling brick, shattered windows, and graffiti. He stepped out, flashlight in hand, and approached the main entrance. The old security company had shut down, and now he was the only one guarding this forgotten place. As he unlocked the main doors and stepped inside, the air grew colder. Dust floated in the beam of his flashlight. The silence was heavy. No wind, no animals, just the creak of old pipes and the occasional drip of water. The first signs James set up in the old security office. The monitors were still functional. 4 security cameras showed flickering views of the main lobby, hallway A, the basement entrance, and the top floor corridor. At 1:13 a.m., camera 2, hallway A, glitched. A dark figure appeared at the far end. James leaned in. The figure stood perfectly still. No face, just a shadow shaped like a man. He blinked, and it was gone. James rubbed his eyes. Probably a glitch, he muttered. But then the sound started, barely audible. A soft dragging noise, like feet being pulled across the floor. He grabbed his flashlight and stepped into hallway A. The noise stopped. Nothing there. He turned back, but the lights flickered. For a moment, the hallway was pitch black. And then, laughter. A child's laughter, echoing faintly. The file room. Back in the security room, James decided to check the records. He found an old drawer labeled 2012 Closure Reports. Inside, he discovered a file titled Patient 311, Gabriel N. The notes said, "Subject is highly unstable, claims to hear voices in the walls, exhibits violent behavior after 2 a.m., secluded permanently in basement room B13. Final incident, May 12, 2012, subject escaped. Staff presumed dead. Hospital shut down shortly after." James froze. Basement room B13. He glanced at camera 3, the basement entrance. The door was wide open. Descent into the basement. James took a deep breath and walked down the stairs to the basement. His flashlight flickered as he moved deeper underground. The walls were lined with peeling paint and broken tiles. He passed old gurneys, medical carts, and torn curtains. Finally, he reached room B13. The door was ajar. Inside, the walls were covered in symbols, scratched in deep with something sharp. A single phrase was repeated over and over. He never left. Suddenly, a crash echoed from behind him. He turned fast. Nothing. But then, the sound of breathing. Right behind him. He spun around. Still nothing. Then, footsteps running down the hall. James chased the sound, heart pounding, until he reached the boiler room. There, he found a handprint, small, red, and fresh, on the glass window. The final hour back upstairs, all 4 security cameras went black, except one. Camera 4, top floor corridor. The shadow figure was back. Only now it was closer. Frame by frame, it moved toward the lens, slowly, deliberately. James backed away from the screen. Suddenly, the power cut out. Darkness swallowed the room. And then, a whisper. "James." He froze. That wasn't in his head. The flashlight flicked back on, revealing a child standing inches from his face. Eyes black, mouth stretched wide in a grin. The flashlight died again. He ran. He sprinted through the hallways toward the exit, but the hospital kept changing. Hallways twisted, doors vanished. He was trapped. And then he saw it, the figure standing at the end of the corridor, motionless. It raised its hand. James felt cold, number, then everything went black. The next morning, at 7:02 a.m., police arrived for a wellness check. James's car was still outside. Inside, they found his flashlight in the security room. Still on, but James was gone. Only one camera was working, camera 4. It showed James standing completely still in the top floor hallway, staring at the lens, smiling. No one knows what happened that night at Hollow Creek Hospital, but if you ever hear footsteps behind you or see a flicker on your camera feed, remember James and don't turn around, not until the lights come back on.